Greetings everyone, and today I have another short video for you, which is an unorthodox throw setup for Armor King. This is kind of like a follow-up video to the one I made on Forward 4 and why it's bad on someone like Armor King. And while I'm not going to reiterate that entire video here, I'm going to just give you like the cliff notes. On a character like Kazuya, when you put your opponent in a plus on block situation, you're actually at an advantage. First of all, you get like sizable plus frames, like +4 for example, and they're forced to deal with the mix-up unless they step. And when they do step, you have of course ways to dealing with that, which is like doing another crouch dash to realign, your homing moves, which can be punishable if you're Kazuya, whatever. Armor King doesn't get that luxury. When he puts you at a plus on block situation, he typically puts you at only +2. So you have a lot of ways to interrupt, and his tracking becomes much weaker, Armor King that is. For some reason you start becoming able to step things towards your left, of course if you're on player 1 yourself, that you weren't able to step before. So Forward 4 is a little bit obsolete on Armor King. It is only to be used on wake-ups. So what do? How do you set up throws then? Well, you could do this, but this is even slower. I wouldn't really recommend it. Bottom line is, without going into too much introduction, back one. Back one is a very odd thing to name here, because typically when we think of back one on Armor King, we're either talking about the counter hit launch properties, which leads to a very inconsistent combo, super character dependent and whatnot, or we're talking about our 12 frame punish, which is back one too. The thing is here, like I said, when you put your opponent in a plus on block situation, they're going to keep both eyes open, they're going to block if they know what they're doing, they know that the frame trap might be coming, they're going to block, and once they see that you're overextending because you did something that's +2 and then you did a move that's like friggin' half a second of a startup, they're going to start interrupting you even out of plus frames. Whereas with a string like this, you can't really delay it, sadly, but when you do happen to finish the string, your opponent is at +12, so they collect a 12 frame punish. Some Armor King players, particularly in lower ranks, even poke with this, like they do jab and they do back one too. If, like, of course, a higher level player would like try to fish for counter hits with back one. But the thing is, if you do make a habit sometimes out of finishing the string, which puts you on -12 and your opponent can certainly react to it and punish you for that, but if that gives them a real incentive to block, because blocking there nets them a reward, forget like blocking out of fear or mitigating risk. If you put them in a situation where blocking is super advantageous to your opponent, and then you surprise them with something like this, it has a chance to work. Because when you put them in a negative on block situation, they're going to block and they're going to have both eyes open, peeled for throw breaks, because they know you're going to do something. Whereas here, once they block the first hit, they're looking for the second and they're thinking about their punisher. That's why things like this could work. The only kind of like proof I have of this working is a set that I played about 2 months ago against Fergus on PC. Fergus, of course, a European pro player. He reached second place in Tekken World Tour twice back in the days of Tekken Tag 2. He's no slouch, definitely, but he likes resetting his ranks every couple of months just to see if he can like make it back to the high rank, whatever. He was playing Nina, and I actually did this against him, and it works. It worked. And I went to his stream afterwards, and I figured out that he was like surprised, and he said, "Why the hell did he do that? Is that plus? It's not plus, is it?" He was asking the chat. And so yeah, it can work. It can work even against a player of Fergus's caliber. So I'm not saying that just like let it rip all the time, just start doing back one into giant swings all day, but it does work. It's kind of like food for thought. Sadly, Armor King specifically doesn't have many other situations that resemble this. Maybe down back two, because your opponent will be ducking this. That's when you mix this in, and once they start like stand blocking it, maybe you can get away with doing this into giant swing, but I don't know. It seems like a bad idea because it's minus 11 on its own. Down back 2, that is. But whatever. I guess I managed to communicate my thought to you. You can maybe use back 1 to set up throws depending on who you're playing, depending on the situation, depending on how often you finish the string of back 1, 2 in the neutral, so on and so forth. So, with that being said, I thank you all very much for watching. Take care and goodbye.